Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Astrology of Scholars. Yesterday, we covered Aries Sun, the warrior who's always ready for battle. Today, we're covering the complete opposite, Taurus Sunday. If you're a Taurus Sun or you know one, you're about to understand why Taurus would rather suffer in comfort than risk the unknown, why change terrifies you, and why your stubbornness is both your greatest strength and your biggest problem. Let's dive in. So, Taurus Sunday. You're the second sign of the zodiac, ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, pleasure, and material comfort. Your element is Earth, which makes you grounded, practical, and connected to the physical world. Your modality is fixed, which means you're stable, consistent, loyal, and incredibly resistant to change. And your symbol is the bull, solid, strong, peaceful when left alone, but absolutely unstoppable when provoked. Here's what that means in practice. If you're a Taurus Sun, you approach life through your senses and your need for security. You want to feel good. Literally feel it in your body. Comfortable bed, good food, beautiful surroundings, financial stability, predictable routines. You're building a life that feels safe, stable, and pleasurable. And once you've built it, you will not let it change. Let me paint you a picture of Taurus energy. Imagine someone who has the same morning routine they've had for 10 years. Same coffee, same breakfast, same route to work. Someone suggests trying a new coffee shop and Taurus is like, why? My coffee is perfect. It's not that you're closed-minded. It's that you've found what works, what feels good, and you see absolutely no reason to mess with it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Actually, even if it is broken, maybe still don't fix it because change is worse than the problem. The positive side, let's start with your incredible strengths, because Taurus has gifts that other signs desperately need. You are reliable. When you commit to something or someone, you're in it for the long haul. You don't flake. You don't change your mind every 5 minutes. You don't get distracted by shiny new things. If you say you'll do something, it gets done. Period. You're also deeply sensual and appreciate beauty in a way that's almost spiritual. You notice textures, tastes, scents, sounds. You create beautiful environments. You know how to enjoy life's pleasures without guilt. You understand that the physical world matters, that comfort isn't shallow, that taking care of your body and surroundings is actually important, and you have endurance that's unmatched. You're not the hare, you're the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race. While Aries burns out after the initial excitement, while Gemini gets distracted by 17 new interests, you just keep going. One step at a time. Patient. Persistent. Building something real and lasting. Here's a concrete example of Taurus at its best. Think of someone who spends 20 years building a business from nothing. Not flashy, not dramatic, just consistent daily work. Showing up every single day, making small improvements. Building trust with customers, investing profits back wisely. 20 years later, they have something solid, a real asset, financial security, a legacy. That's Taurus, playing the long game and winning through patience and persistence. Or think of the friend who's been there for you for decades. Through every up and down, every crisis, every celebration, they're just there. Steady, dependable, not going anywhere. That loyalty, that staying power, that's peak Taurus. The shadow SID. Now, let's talk about where this goes terribly wrong, because Taurus has some serious shadow issues. The same energy that makes you stable also makes you stuck. You don't just resist change, you actively fight it, even when change is necessary, even when your current situation is making you miserable. You're also deeply materialistic and can confuse comfort with happiness. You think if you just get the right house, the right car, the right amount of money in the bank, then you'll feel secure. But it's never enough. You're trying to build external security to compensate for internal insecurity, and it doesn't work. And here's the big one. You're stubborn to a degree that's almost pathological. You dig your heels in. You refuse to budge. Even when you're clearly wrong. Even when everyone around you is begging you to try something different, you just won't. You'd rather be stuck and right than flexible and wrong. Let me give you real examples of Taurus shadow. You've been in the same job for 15 years. You hate it. It's soul-crushing, unfulfilling. You complain about it constantly. Your friends tell you to look for something new. "You're miserable here," they say. And you respond, "Yeah, but the pay is stable. The benefits are good. I know what to expect." Starting over would be too risky. So you stay, year after year, choosing familiar misery over uncertain possibility. Or relationships. You're with someone who's not right for you. Maybe you've grown apart. Maybe they don't treat you well. Maybe you're just not happy. But you've built a life together. Shared apartment, shared routines, shared stuff. Breaking up would mean dismantling all of that, starting over, being alone. So you stay in the dead relationship, telling yourself it's not that bad, getting more and more bitter, until eventually something forces a change. Or here's a classic Taurus pattern. You resist trying anything new. New restaurant? I like my usual place. New exercise class? I'm comfortable with my routine. New approach to a problem? We've always done it this way. You're so attached to what's familiar that you miss opportunities for growth, for joy, for improvement. Taurus in ARIES. Let's talk about Taurus in love and relationships, because this is where your Venus-ruled nature really shines and really struggles. On the positive side, you're romantic in the most tangible way. You show love through physical affection, through gifts, through creating comfort for your partner. You're sensual, affectionate, and you make your partner feel cherished. You're also loyal to a fault. Once you commit, you're all in. You're not going anywhere. Your partner can count on you completely. In a world of flaky people who ghost at the first sign of difficulty, Taurus staying power is invaluable. But here's the shadow. You can be possessive and jealous. You see your partner almost like a possession, mine. You don't like sharing their attention. You get threatened when they want independence. You confuse stability with control. You also struggle with emotional flexibility. Your partner's needs change. They're growing. They want to try new things in the relationship. And you're like, but we're fine the way we are. Why change anything? You want the relationship to stay exactly as it was in the beginning, frozen in amber, and that's just not how relationships work. Here's what healthy Taurus in relationships looks like. You create a stable, beautiful foundation that gives your partner the security to grow. You're the steady ground beneath their feet. You appreciate them through tangible acts of love. You're loyal without being possessive, stable without being rigid. But unhealthy Taurus? You're so afraid of loss that you try to control everything. You resist your partner's growth because it might change the relationship. You choose comfort over connection, routine over romance, and you slowly strangle the relationship through your need for everything to stay the same. Taurus and career-wise, Taurus needs security and tangible results. You can't work in chaos. You can't do jobs where income is unpredictable. You need to see concrete outcomes for your efforts, whether that's money, physical products, or measurable results. Best careers for Taurus: finance and banking, real estate, agriculture, or anything with land, culinary arts, art and design, luxury goods, anything building long-term wealth, craftwork, and skilled trades. Worst careers for Taurus: anything extremely unstable or risky, startups, too much uncertainty, constant travel, you need your home base, anything requiring rapid constant change. Your relationship with money is very Taurus. You're a natural saver and builder of wealth. You understand compound interest. You invest in real, tangible assets. But your fear of scarcity can make you cheap or overly cautious, missing opportunities because you're too scared to spend or risk. 3 practical tips for Taurus Sun. Now, let me give you 3 practical tips if you're a Taurus Sunday. Tip number 1. Make one small change every month on purpose. I know change terrifies you, so start tiny. Try a new restaurant once a month. Take a different route to work. Rearrange one room in your house. Change something small. The goal isn't the change itself. It's proving to yourself that change doesn't kill you. Build your flexibility muscle slowly. Small reps, consistently over time. Tip number 2. Distinguish between healthy stability and fear-based stagnation. Ask yourself honestly, am I staying in this situation because it's genuinely good for me or because I'm too scared to change? Are you in this job because you're growing and contributing or because job hunting feels overwhelming? Are you in this relationship because you love this person or because being alone terrifies you? Get brutally honest with yourself about what's nourishing stability versus what's comfortable imprisonment. Tip number 3, practice letting go of something small every week. Taurus accumulates stuff, habits, relationships, even grudges. This week, let go of one thing. Donate clothes you haven't worn in years. Cancel a subscription you never use. Release a resentment you've been holding. Practice the muscle of release. Prove to yourself that you can let go and still be okay. You might even feel lighter. Final thoughts. Here's what I want every Taurus Sun to understand. Your ability to build, to persist, to create stability. This is a gift. The world needs people who can commit for the long haul, who appreciate beauty and comfort, who build things that last. That's you. That's your purpose. But you have to learn the difference between healthy stability and stagnant fear. Staying in something good that's still growing, that's wisdom. Staying in something dead because change is scary, that's cowardice. And Taurus, you're not a coward. You're a bull. You're strong enough to handle change. You just have to believe it. Security doesn't come from keeping everything exactly the same. Real security comes from knowing you can handle whatever comes. From building skills, resources, and inner strength, not just external comfort. So if you're a Taurus Sun, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've been refusing to change out of fear? Have you learned to tell the difference between stability and stagnation? What helps you tolerate change? Share in the comments. And if you're not a Taurus, but you know one, tag them. Help your Taurus friends see that change won't kill them. If this resonated, please like and subscribe. Tomorrow, we're covering Gemini Sun, the eternal teenager who can't commit to anything. You won't want to miss it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.